Hello, amazing ones. It's Laura Wieck here, and I brought you down to one of my favorite spots. This is actually a place that I come to write my articles for BodyMind Living magazine. And this video is a little bit of an impromptu video because this month we're talking about stillness. Now, I have to laugh when we come up with the article titles. They're always such an adventure because I literally have to get still myself to navigate stillness. And this month, one thing that I learned is how much I avoid stillness. The irony being how often I pray for stillness. I sit there and say, "Oh man, I would just love a moment, a day off, some time to chill and relax." And as soon as that moment is there, as soon as that day off is there, I'm busy, checking my phone and my email, and I'm thinking about things for work, and I'm constantly doing and staying busy, right? My family idolizes being busy. However, the moments where I allow myself to feel still, to literally get into stillness, that's when I feel life expand. It's such an interesting thing, and I'm curious how many of you just resist stillness for yourself. And it's something that I definitely have to practice. It's something I have to give intention to. So today what I want to do is I want to share a meditation, a practice that I love to do to start to quiet my mind and tap back into stillness. So I'm going to walk you through that if you want to join me in doing this exercise. And it's just a way to start to find the edges of stillness. Because the truth is, we're never fully still. We're always breathing, right? Nature's always moving. Did you see that bird go by, right? The breeze, the breath, right? We're literally moving through space and time constantly. And I think stillness, like coming into stillness, is really about coming into presence of the moment, of what is. And that's the place where just like, it's like almost like an opening into something bigger and beyond ourselves. Before I go into this little meditation, I want to share with you just an awareness that I had in writing this article. Uh, it brought back memories for me of when I massage my clients. I always laughed because there's this moment that I could tell somebody's busy brain turned off and they actually came back into their body. I could always tell when it happened, right? And usually the person would come in, we would do our little debrief, I would get them on the table, and a lot of people would kind of chitter chatter, talk and talk and talk as a way to start to settle in. And I would intentionally, initially I would respond to build that rapport. And as they continued to talk, I would start to respond and slow my breath and slow my response. And eventually they would talk and I would go, "Mhm, mhm." And like they would settle into the table, settle into the moment. And there was this second, right? It was literally a breath where they would breathe in and like sigh out. And in that moment, it was like their body opened and let me in to give them a massage. And that was the moment where we met the stillness, where they became present. And that was the moment where they could receive fully. So as you go through this exercise, this is an invitation into stillness. and see what you get to receive as we play with the breath, as we play with it, this just opportunity to explore what is on the edge of stillness. Go ahead and start to notice your breath and relax into the sounds and the images that are in this space where you are, that are on the screen, that are coming through your headphones. And start to notice the texture of your breath. Notice the texture of the inhale and the texture of the exhale. And see if you can start to become aware of that little space, that stillness between the inhale and the exhale. And also that little space, the stillness between the exhale and the inhale. And as you start to notice it, maybe that stillness, that space between when your breath changes, maybe when you start, it's small. But as you begin to draw your attention into that little still space between the breath, maybe you start to notice how expansive that little space can be. And start to play with it, start to get curious. Breathe in and get to that place, that stillness between the inhale and the exhale, and see if you can dance in it. And again, as you exhale, follow the breath all the way till the end. And in that stillness, see if you can linger. And start to play with this little experience at the edge of the breath. This little moment that is full of so much life and so much wonder. And now, just for fun, we're gonna play a little bit. Go ahead, if your eyes are closed, allow them to softly open. And I invite you to find a point in the distance, and it can be something on the screen that you see. It can be something that you find looking out your window, across the room. And I invite you to allow your gaze to focus in on that point, more of a soft focus, not a hard focus, just a loving gaze for that point in the distance. And now, using your breath, On your next exhale, in that space between the exhale and the inhale, use that space to literally touch that point off in the distance. And as you breathe in, invite the energy of that point to fill your lungs, to fill your body, to fill your soul. And on the edge of that inhale and the space between the inhale and the exhale, allow that point in the distance to become a part of you. Again, on the exhale, breathe out, allowing your soul, your essence to breathe out with you, going off into the distance and becoming one with that point, that stillness. And as you breathe in, invite that point off in the horizon, off in the distance. Invite that energy to come in and to meet you and become a part of you. Give yourself a few breaths to notice. Notice how this exercise shifts how you feel. One of my favorite things to do is to see people in a crowd and do this exercise knowing that every person is a reflection of me, and I am a reflection of them. I love doing this exercise in nature as a reminder of how deeply connected we are to the planet, to each other. And just notice how in the stillness, life expands. This is Body Mind Living with Laura Wieck. Thanks for watching.